Go. Hi guys, my name's Diane Hogarth and this is Samuel Mojica. I only met him yesterday because I like to meet people on the internet. But he sounded such an interesting and inspiring person. I just had to grab him on a call. So we have not met before. So this is a live getting to know you conversation. So this is good for teaching purposes, isn't it? How to get to know somebody. So anyway, you were telling me about this this guy that you were mentoring at work. What was that all about?
That's a really interesting spot to start this. Awesome.
You just had a chat to
so basically, you know,
sounded really interesting.
Yeah. At this stage of my life, for like people, like business owners, network marketers, people come to me for consulting, right? Just to kind of give them advice on what to do next, how to, you know, make more money, how to actually rise in their position. And funny enough, I had a friend of mine, now he's a friend. Before he was a student, now he's a friend, that he has an executive position, right, in his corporation. He already earns around $10,000 a month at his corporation. And he ended up paying me, not just for the online stuff, but just for my expertise. He ended up, I think he paid me like $1,150, right, just so I can help him. And basically what happened is that he was telling me how it sounded like we just had a board meeting yesterday. And me and the CEO, we were just bumping heads. And we were fighting because we couldn't figure out the solution to these problems. And then I asked him, all right, let's calm down. What are the problems that you were having? Right, and not to share too much, he basically told me how, you know, they were having problems, you know, they were losing, the turnover was high, they were having problems training their people and all that stuff. And what I asked him is like, all right, let's start with this. How do you train somebody who just starts? We don't, right? We just throw them in there and we hope they learn as they go. And I'm like, all right, now let me ask you another question. You say that the owner, because the owner was fighting with him that, you know, not for some reason, like the people aren't doing the work the way he wants them to do it. So he's trying to micromanage people. So I'm like, all right, cool. Is there any training that teaches the workers how to work in the way that the owner would be proud of? Not really. So I'm like, dude, the answer's in front of you. I've taught you how to create a funnel, right? Yeah. I've taught you how to have an autoresponder, right? Yeah. I've taught you how to create a membership site, right? Yeah. Why don't you go to your owner and you present the idea that open up a membership site, a video membership site using ClickFunnels, right? And if the owner wants the workers to work a certain way, record a video, like get the best worker in every department and say, hey, look, you know, I love the work you're doing. I want you to be the role model for this department. Let's record a couple of videos on how to exactly do the work the way you're doing it, and then make it a culture, like start implementing in your culture that it's mandatory. Every morning, your workers for that specific department has to watch the little short training videos for that specific department. Your efficiency at work guaranteed, like I told them this, if all your workers, if their efficiency increased by just 10% this year, how much more money would you guys make? Easily multiple multiple six figures. I'm like, dude, it only costs $139 a month to have ClickFunnels, the Aweber, and Zoom, right? I'm like, that'll literally solve your problem 100%. Most companies, they don't. It goes over their heads because they're mostly ran by older people that don't know about Zoom. They don't know about ClickFunnels. They don't know about They think creating a membership site requires having a programmer and all that stuff. In reality, these days, it's all drag and drop. These days, anybody can do it. Right? They just need the expertise, the advice on, you know, the proper way to do it in a way that'll spark more engagement. Right? So that's basically that story. Like I'm here, like I'm telling you, like we have such a skill set, Diane, that people will pay a lot of money. Like they'll pay you by the hour to just talk with them, just give them advice, because this is the age of the internet. Everything is easy. If you're having trouble at your corporation, you know, you can fix it with the internet. You can be that go-to person.
Somebody with physical products, or is this somebody with digital products?
They do physical. No, they do physical products, but I told him he can deliver all the training digitally. So that way his workers, they can train while they're at home. They can train while they're at the work. They can train on the weekends, right? They can become good. And then I taught him, not to cover too much, I taught him also how to get a promotion at his job, how to add an extra 6 figures to his job, how to actually, how to talk to his CEO in such a way that he will get a promotion. I also taught him how to actually gather his people and how to motivate his diamonds, because every business, you probably know already since you have a team, in every team, there's a couple of diamonds. There's a couple of people that you can see already from the work they're doing, from how fast they're learning, that they'll probably become a powerhouse if you push them in the right way. I taught them how to identify those people and how to get those people and make it so that they don't, because most people that are diamonds, they usually end up leaving and they go to something that pays them better because they're a diamond. That's how they are. So I taught him how to build a compensation plan in his corp that'll make those diamonds stay. They'll be loyal to him, and they'll also want to keep on improving their work because they know the better I do, the closer that promotion is. So that's kind of a little bit. I get that's a little higher level stuff. I hope I didn't go over anybody's head. I tried simplifying. That's like high level stuff. But the good thing is, that's what we do in the internet. When you learn how to do online marketing, it literally drips into everything else.
It just opens the whole world up, doesn't it? Because
it really does.
It's just amazing, and then you get to know people on a personal level, and you meet complete strangers and say, "Can I interview you?"
Look at us. We just met yesterday.
So what amazed me, what interested me, is the fact that I think one of your posts was, I've earned $5,000 in a month and it's only my second or third month. Is that correct?
Repeat that. What did you say? I couldn't hear you clearly.
Okay. I saw one of your posts that you said I've earned $5,000 in a month and it was only your second or your third month.
It was 15. It was 15.
Oh, I'm sorry.
150.
Okay, so and you've done that in your third month. Can you tell us a bit more about that, please?
Well, to explain the third month, I have to explain the first month, right? Because the first month is where everything started, right? The first month is where everything really kicked off. So basically, just to kind of keep the story very short, I spent 2 years trying to learn the online game, and little did I know, the internet is a rabbit hole. Now, once you go into it, you're going to be jumping from program to system to system, right? And there's just every day a new system comes out that promises riches, promises freedom, promises leverage. And the reality is 97% of them, they fail. 97% of the people in this industry, this is the hard statistics. If you go search it up right now on Google, 97% fail. And the reason for that isn't because of the system, because they have no help. They have no mentor. They have no one to actually guide them. They think of it. Can you imagine going to school and there's no teacher? That's going to be very hard. Some people will make it. Some people will adapt and they'll self-teach themselves. But guess what? That's 1 out of like every 20 people that'll do that.
Most of them spam the links everywhere, don't they? And they think.
I guess that if we put that into the marketing sense, most people, that's how I can tell an amateur from a professional. The amateurs, they spam links. They don't build no rapport. They're always focused about their own stuff. When in this industry, it's all about the other person. How can I help them? How can I add to them? How can I, maybe if what I have isn't a good fit for them, maybe I can connect them with somebody that does have something that's a good fit. Then you get a little commission from that, right? Because you're sending a referral. And now that person has a history of coming to you for help. So in any case they have something that you do have, they're going to buy it from you rather than someone else. That's high level network marketing. That's how you network in a high level where you don't worry about the money. You worry about relationship. Can I connect people? So anyways, I digress. Let's going back to the beginning of that first month. I got a mentor, right? After failing for so long and after going through a period of homelessness and then working at a factory for 14 hours a day, I finally had enough and I'm like, dude, I need help. I'm done. I don't want another program. I have like 1 million programs already. I have programs that I don't even remember buying them. And I have them.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's crazy. I have a whole freaking God knows how much I have. So whatever. I got a mentor. And I literally went up to him like, guys, these multimillionaires, like you have to be straight up. Like do not beat around the bush with them. They can identify a BSer from like a mile away. Just be straight. Say, look, this is my situation. At that time, I was a factory worker. I know I have potential. I'm afraid of going homeless again with my family because I never want to see my mother crying like that again. Right, when we lost everything and I couldn't support her as a son. I never want to go through that again. I need your help. Right? I don't need a program. I need your help. And look, I understand your time is valuable. How much is it going to cost me? And he told me this. He's like, Sam, let me tell you a story. I was actually in your position 30 years ago. When I reached out to another millionaire and I asked him for help, he told me this. Darren, I'll be honest. It's going to cost you $4,000 for you to join me. That's $15,000 today, by the way. This was 30 years ago. So that $4,000 is equivalent to 15. $100,000 today. That's crazy for a first business, but that's what he said. And then the mentor said this, and if you cannot come up with that money, and you weren't ready for this anyways. If you can't come up with $4,000,
wow,
I'm not the guy for you. Because the thing is, here's the thing about mentors. They don't need you. They're already successful. They're successful with or without you. They don't need to show you anything. You're coming to them for help. It's humbling. You have to humble yourself, right? When you're speaking with somebody who's where you want to be, you have to approach them not from an egotistical way of, you have to approach them humbly, right? And say, look, I understand that I need your help. I need your help because I know you can change my life, right? So and then that's my mentor told me. He's like, Sam, I'm going to tell you this then. It's going to cost you $1,350 for me to mentor you. You have 3 days. If you can't do that, I'm not the guy for you. And imagine, I'm a factory worker living paycheck to paycheck. I had to pull the money out of my butt, right? I really had to pull the money out of somewhere, out of the hat.
Sell the telly, sell the settee, sell everything, sell your soul.
I had to do something. So I'll be honest, I did not come up with the money in 3 days, but what I did do is that he gave me a goal. He gave me, all right, if I can come up with 1,350, I can come to this guy next time and I can say, let's do this. He can change my life. And I know he could, because the thing about mentors is that you don't look at their own results. They can have millions of dollars. You want to look at the results of the people around them, right? That goes for any industry. If I'm going to work for somebody, or if I'm going to join a company, if I'm going to buy a product, forget the company, forget the product. What are the success stories around it, right? If there's a lot of proven testimonials that are well documented, as in they're not just spoken, they're shown, you have a winner. You have a winner, right? You might as well just give them your money, because you're not guaranteed success, but you're very likely to succeed with something that's proven, right? So I saved up money for 3 months at the factory. I literally stopped spending money. I stopped going out. I literally 100% of the income that I could save after bills, I would save. And after 3 months, I finally quit my job. I blessed my boss, because my boss, that factory saved my life from homelessness. So I blessed my boss, right? I became good friends with him. And I went up to Darren, to like my mentor, Darren. I said, look, Darren, give me your link. I know the price. I have the money. He was straight up. He's like, here's the link. Boom, boom, boom. I signed up. 1,350. That was 100% of my bank account at the time. I do not advise anybody to do that, by the way. It is the scariest thing you can do. When you make your bank account go to zero. But I was desperate. I needed something to happen. It was do or die for me, right? I mean, if you have the motivation, if you believe in your own potential, then by all means do what you want. But I don't recommend doing it, right? I don't want to give that bad advice. I'll just go all in, right? But after I joined the mentorship, just kind of like fast forward, 4 days I trained. 5th day I made $1,000. My first month I made over 5 figures, and I've been working full time ever since. I'm on month number 5. And I've been working full-time online ever since that first month. And, now I live a lifestyle of my dreams. Now I can pay off my mom's credit card debt. Now I can take care of my mom. Now I'm actually looking to buy her a house, right? Imagine a man who was homeless, looking at his mother. I felt like a failure at that time. Like I failed my family. And now I'm in a position, because of the internet, I'm in a position where now I can take care of my family. That's why I tell people all the time, like the internet has enough opportunity for anyone. It doesn't matter where you've come from. Look, you can't control if you were born poor, if you were born without money. You can't control that. But you can control where you end up. That's up to you. Right, so that's basically where my story, that's where I'm at right now. Right? That's where I come from.
The thing is, there's a lot of moms at home with small children. There's a lot of people who they're plodding along, aren't they? And they're at work and they're coming home and they're tired and they're just going to sleep and they're just drudging, going, oh, I've got to go to work. So what is I've just noticed the difference between you and them. There was a point in your life, snap,
Mm-hmm.
that you thought, I've had enough. I can't go on like this. I've got to do something. And there's like a spark of fire that was inside you. So that's the difference, isn't it? Between a success and somebody who's just playing at it because they keep getting distracted by the children, by the telly, by the phone. Or if they are doing something, for example, then, Sharon. Hello, Sharon. How's the dog? How's the kids? And they get totally sidetracked, and before you know it, I'll tell you what I do. Have you got one of these?
I actually have yes, I do actually.
Yay!
Not like that, not exactly that one. I have a summer on. I have my little 10X journal.
Yeah, because I tell you what turned my life around. Writing it down. You have to put a mini goal in, and then my number one focus. And I tell you what, I've got a tip for everybody who's watching. If you get your little phone and you put 30, I didn't even know it had a timer, 30 minutes on the timer, because I can spend, last night at 9 to 10:30, I was just fired up sending pizza posts out to get people into this challenge that I'm doing. And my eyes were so tired this morning, because if I don't have a break, it just makes you so lethargic. So another tip from top internet entrepreneurs is do have breaks, go for a walk. So if you answering messages, then do some training, or answer some messages and then do a training video of your own. So what's your daily method of operation? What do you do on a daily basis that give people inspiration, but from 0 to 15K in 3 months? So we've got to help the people how they can actually emulate you.
I love that. That's awesome. So I'm going to take you guys through a process then. This is something my mentor had to teach me and really bring me through. I look at him like my rich uncle, right? I wasn't born in a rich family, so he's like my rich uncle. Step number 1, you have to get clear on what you want to do. My first goal, I'll be honest, my first goal was $10,000, right? By the grace of God, I passed it. But that was initially, if I would have just ended at 10,000, I would have been happy, right? So if your goal, for example, I think that's almost everybody's starting goal. Get a sticky note. You guys, these cost like less than $1, right? Get some sticky notes. And
you mean a pound?
Yeah, like a little sticky pad. Like a sticky
we do pounds in England.
Pounds. Okay, awesome. So you get a pad, and then you're gonna write down what is your exact number that'll just help you live your dreams. Let's say it's 10,000. I'm gonna write down the number, $10,000. I'm gonna take it out, right? And this is something everyone can do. I'm gonna take it out, right? $10,000. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna fold it where I can actually see the number 10,000. I'm gonna fold it. Now guess what? Now here's the tip. Here's the secret with this. Wherever you're, I have one here for $1 million. Well, wherever your debit or your credit card is, whatever you use the most daily, every day to make purchases, you're gonna put that little pad right there in front of the card that you use frequently. So every time you're gonna pull out and buy something, you're gonna pull out and pay bills or do whatever, the first thing you see is $10,000. Here's the thing. Now this is why this works. When it comes to making money, I tell people all the time, like whenever I tell people, I made 10 grand this month, I made 15 grand this month. The only people that it's hard to fathom somebody making that much money are people that have never done it before. When you talk to somebody else who's already made 10, 15, 20, 30 grand, they're like, oh, that's cool, man. You've been providing value? Yep, of course. Right? We understand each other. Right? And the only difference between us and people who are not making that money is that we actually genuinely believe that we deserve it. We genuinely believe that it's out there, that it's something out that, there's enough money on this planet for $10,000 a month to be yours, right? As long as you're providing the value. So that's the first step of operation. I always look at my $10,000, or at this point, I look at my $1 million, right? So, and that puts you in the mindset of, all right, $1 million, what can I do with $1 million? Oh, I can buy a house, I can invest in this, I can do this. I spend this $1 million every day in my mind. I spend it daily. Right? And to a point where now, if someone talks to me, when I'm talking to a 7-figure earner, right, I'm used to talking to them because I see $1 million is like, oh, nice, it's $1 million, cool. That's awesome. Did you buy a house with it? Or like, what do you do with it? Right? So that's step 1. Step 2, I spend about 20 minutes in the morning writing down my goals, doing some mirror work, right? I make sure I do some mirror work. And then after that, I spend 30 minutes with God. The first hour of my day is pure personal development, by the way. That's kind of where all this, the very first hour of every day. I mean, I just got off it, not now doing my personal development, but I spent some time with God, right? I spent some time praying. I spent some time really looking at what do I want to do with my life? Where do I want to go? I don't think of where I am now, right? A lot of people, they're stuck where they are because they're only looking at where they are. In order to get out of that stuckness, you have to look at where you want to be and step into that reality. You don't need to have $10,000 in the bank for you to feel as if you've made $10,000. Start feeling like you've done it. Start walking and talking like you've done it. And eventually, the money will pop up in your bank account. Right? That's literally the secret. That's how you use the law of attraction. That's the way my mentor taught me, at least, to actually use
law of attraction. Yes, I love the law of attraction. Seriously, I'm a big fan.
I'm telling you, like, the law of attraction, like, a lot of people, the thing is, it's very misinterpreted. A lot of people think it's just you think about something and for one time and that's it. You have to think it, act it, walk it. You have to genuinely believe it subconsciously that whatever you're thinking of is already true. It doesn't have to be in front of you. Like, in my mind, this is a mansion. Right? In my mind, I'm in a freaking mansion. I'm already a multi-millionaire, right? I'm already, and this is what I would be doing at a multi-millionaire. I would be getting interviewed. I would be interviewing people. I would be holding seminars like I do every single week, right? Because it's just what I love to do. Is where I see my life going. So I do that in the morning. After that, I get to work. I spend about 3 hours in work, which work is just sitting down, listening to music, working on my computer. Most of my work, I'll be honest, 95% of my work is done on Messenger. The other 5% is posting or doing Facebook Lives or recording a video, right? That's 5%. 95% of my time is on Messenger, talking and building relationships, because a lot of people forget. You don't make money off your posts and videos. You make money from helping a human being, but you have to talk with a human being. And that's why Messenger is the most powerful tool for a Facebook entrepreneur. If you're an entrepreneur that you're building your business on Facebook, Messenger, all your money is going to be on, it's your gold mine. Messenger is your gold mine, right? So after I do that, I literally end my...
Have you got the chat bot set up on Messenger with your Facebook page?
I'll be honest, a Facebook page is very pay to play, right? Like, let's say, for example, unless somebody is paying on their Facebook page, my engagement on just my normal social media will completely blow them. And not only mine, every influencer you see right now that's on just organic timeline, their engagement blows all Facebook pages out of the water unless that Facebook page is spending money. That's the thing, right? It's very pay to, if you don't pay to play, you don't get anywhere, because that's just the way the business model is for Facebook, right? So I don't have it just because if they allowed it for a personal timeline, that I would have it, but currently they don't. So I don't have the bot. I don't use bots. I just do regular belly, just regular conversations,
So you said that you actually do mirror work. Can you explain that one? Because I obviously know what it is, but nobody else on the planet does.
Sure. So basically, it's going to sound crazy, guys, but
talk to yourself in the mirror.
It's the crazy ones that change the world. And this is what you do. Basically, you go in front of, since we go in front of the mirror every day anyways to, brush our mouth, freshen our face, this takes like 15 seconds. Look at yourself in the mirror and just start out by saying this. Say your name, Samuel Mojica Jr. I love you. I truly love you. I love what you stand for. I got your back, right? And then start visualizing. Once you kind of get yourself in that loving state, you visualize. Where do you want it? You want to be a millionaire? See yourself as smile at yourself. I'm a multimillionaire. I'm a multimillionaire. How awesome. Thank you, God. Thank you. Then you give gratitude. Thank you to your higher power, the universe, God, Jesus, whatever you believe in. Right? Give thanks to it. By the time you walk out of that bathroom, you're no longer the Samuel Mojica that came in there just as a 5-figure earner. You're the Samuel Mojica who's a multimillionaire. Right? And now that just sets up your whole day.
That is so powerful. I can feel you the warmth. I can feel it coming out of your body. You know what I mean? It's so inspiring, because Paul Santisi, I listened to some of his meditations, and one of them was the money magnet. So the first 20 minutes, he's introducing, because he does 3D sound, so you need your earphones on for the rest of it. But he says, you've got the right mindset, because if you've bought a Mercedes for, don't ask me how much they are, £50,000 or dollars, and then 5 hours later it bursts into flames, you've got to be okay with it. Because it's your vibes that you're actually giving out on the day, that if you don't care and you're still happy. And one of the stories is this girl it was raining, she got in the water because the river overflowed or wherever it was, and she got carried out by the fireman. and she was giggling away, and so because of her, oh my God, it's a hunky fireman. And she must have been going, oh, it's a man in uniform. Because she was laughing and enjoyed it, somebody offered her a new car because it was on the news, and that was in America. The law of it, the thing is, why did we meet yesterday?
I mean, we were attracted to each other. That's literally what it was, you know?
Isn't this amazing?
Yeah. I tell people, like, one of the number one, every time I get a student or I get a teammate or a business partner or an investor, no matter anyone that I bring into my business from anything, any income stream, the very first thing I tell them when they ask me, Sam, what was that one thing that changed your life? I'm gonna be honest. If I were to just pick like one thing, it would probably be the mirror work. The mirror work, even more than the money it's attractive, even more than how it makes me feel. It helped me love myself again. Because
I could feel the glow. I could feel the glow of the love for yourself, and it was coming through the screen, and I'm going, yeah. and I was beginning to love myself as well. Do you know what I mean?
It's beautiful, right? Like, it literally, and that's the thing. A lot of people these days, they're not successful because they hate themselves. They hate their situation. They don't love themselves truly. When you love yourself, things just come to you, right? You're not worried about money anymore. You're not worried about anything else, because you know that no matter what happens, even if I were to lose all this right now, even if I were to lose all my money, I still have myself. I still have me. I can never lose me, right? And that's powerful, because now you have no fear. I don't fear anything. I don't fear losing anything, because I know that I can get it all back, right? Because I'll never lose myself. So it's powerful.
That's
really powerful.
So powerful. Mm-hmm. To have so much inner strength, isn't it? I'm looking at you over there, but I'm supposed to be looking at there to look at the people. And
yeah, it's crazy. That's
but
what
you're over there, so my eyes are down there, and I should be looking up there, but then I'm not looking at you.
I'm just looking at myself, because I guess then it's like I'm looking at you, I'm looking at the people, right? So I'm just it's crazy.
Right, because I've just found it, because I've been doing this for 10 years as well, and lost loads of money, because you can get 10K in 3 months and all this. But unless you buy lots of traffic.
No, I did it all just organically.
No, but this was the lie that they don't tell you, that you have to buy lots of traffic to get this 10K a month, and you have to spend $400 a week in order to get $10,000 a month. So basically, that was the first con.
I know what you're talking about. Like, most people, they fall into that trap. I made a post yesterday that it literally said this, because, man, I've talked to over 100 people since last month, and out of those 100, at least like 40 to 55 of them said the exact same thing. They were brought into a company. They joined somebody that looked successful, but then they were left high and dry. And these companies, the coaches in the company, salespeople, they're not coaches, they're actually salespeople with a different name, right? They upsell them constantly on traffic, on all these things, and those people end up doing this. They spiral into debt, right? And then I said this, so I give advice. Before you join a company, before you join a leader, before you do anything, ask for documentation. If not from the leader, from somebody that is in the same company, right? Like, for example, if I say that I made $15,000, that means I have the documentation to show it. I'm not afraid to show it. If somebody needs me to show it, I'll show it, because I know that's an easy sell, right? Because that means all they need to see is the proof, and boom, I'll bring them right there, right? Especially if you're gonna join something for like 4 or 5 figures, right? Now, you don't have to think that much, like when it comes to like really low ticket stuff, like under $100. But when you're spending $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, $15,000 on anything, you got to do your research. You have to trust me, this advice will save you money. It'll save you a lot of time. Like, if a leader tells you they're making $1 million, cool. Can I see it? Look, if you can show me the documentation now, I'll join you today, right now. And mean it. Don't lie about that. I actually mean it. Because if you lie about it, even if you have the money, they won't accept you. So just mean it. And any leader you talk to, they're not afraid to show it. They have nothing to hide, because they know, 1, it's an easy sell, and 2, you're probably going to be a good business partner to them, because you actually do your research. You ask the right questions. And us leaders, we see potential in that. That means I can grow you, right? That means I can mold you into becoming a leader yourself, right? So that's a big tip for people to avoid the spiral. I made a post about that yesterday, that like, don't just join something if there's no documentation. Don't listen to what people say. Listen to what they do, Like, look at what they do, right? Look at their results on paper, not just what they tell you, right? And that saves lives. I hope I just saved somebody's life right now who heard that, right?
Well, I learned attraction marketing this time last year. So I followed Gavin Mountford's 5-day Facebook challenge, started up my group, and he must have thought, who is this person? Because I was spamming my link everywhere. And he said, well, are you spamming your link everywhere and pushing people away? Or are you pulling them towards you? And you're giving value. What do I do now? I give lots of value. And now I've joined this 30-day passive income challenge, 1,000 people to get $1,000 in 30 days this month.
That's great.
We started last Friday. And because I've used this product before and I know what I'm talking about, I can help you with this. And the first weekend, which was not last weekend, the weekend before, he gave me $50 just for helping people. You've won a competition, 4 people, $50. What?
Yeah.
I was just being myself. And because he's encouraging me to become a moderator and everything, a lot of people are now coming to me for advice. And this attraction marketing is, once after a while, you will get the masses coming to you, and it's finally happening. Because I'm giving value for free. I mean, I've met 2 of them last night on the video messenger like you. And some of them do know what they're doing, and some of them don't. But do you know what I mean? If I can help people, that's what makes me tick. Isn't that what makes you tick as well?
That's the whole. That's actually the industry. Here's something that I hope this gives somebody a break. This gave me a breakthrough when I first learned it. What you and I are doing right now, this is the industry. It's not hiding behind a computer screen. It's getting on video with somebody else, connecting with them, and just getting to know each other. Because the thing is, a lot of people join this industry think with the mindset that this is just a part-time gig. In reality, those people end up getting slaughtered online. This is a career. This is something that you build out for 10, 20, 30 years, right? This is something you do for a living. That's why those of us that are full-time, those of us that are just all in, that we improve our craft every day, they usually end up making the most money, right? Because it's a career. And like these relationships, even if like I never buy from you, you never buy from me, we never know 10 years from now, we do a massive webinar together. We make millions of dollars, right? You never know. But it starts like this. It starts through relationships, right? So you have to go into it with a long-term mindset. Oh, you know what? To attract people to me, first I need to give advice, give lessons, give your time to them. If you give somebody your time, they're going to give you their time, right? That's the whole industry. So yeah, I'm just like you. That's what makes you tick. If that doesn't make you tick, then this is not the industry for you, right? This is not the industry for you. Like I would become a broker or something, right? That if you rather just do this for money, you're better off literally becoming a broker or becoming, one of those like really predatorial jobs, right? And by the way, I love what you said with the 30-day challenge. Those of you that are watching, I recommend it. I recommend like anybody that's starting off. I would start off with something like that. Before you make your first $10,000, you probably should make your first 1,000, right? If you make your first 1,000, you're gonna start believing in yourself, right? When you can believe that you can make 1,000 a month, I'm gonna tell you right now, the only difference between making 1,000 a month and making $10,000 a month, right? It's a very small difference. It's just that to make $10,000 a month, you have to do what you did to make 1,000. You just have to up it up a little bit, right? You need to up action. Just up the workload a little bit. That's it.
Find out what's worked and what hasn't, and just
duplicate it.
What's worked.
Yeah, just literally duplicate it. Do 10 times more, and you'll get 10 times more, right? You do 10 times more, you get 10 times more, right? That's literally.
At first, you're going to waste a lot of time because you're going to try things and they're not going to work. But once you've got it, so it's like a learning funnel, isn't it? You just go like that, and then you get focused on the. It's like the funnel where you've got 1,000 people coming in.
Yep.
It's like the lead magnet.
I love the example. It's worthiness. It's just that people, for example, I have people come to me every day at this point just because my social media blew up just this year, right? And the thing is that I can't help everyone. Like you can't save everyone, right? For example, when people come up to me and their goal is to make, let's say $500 to $1,000 a month, usually I refer them. I just recommend other people to them because I'm not the guy for them for that, right? Because I give my best advice is usually to people who are already making some money and they want to go to that next level, right? They want to go to that 5-figure mark because that's what I know how to do, right? It's very hard for me to teach somebody who's never made money online how to make 5 figures because first of all, they don't believe it. Even if I show them the results, subconsciously, it's unbelievable. They don't believe that they can do it. They're like, oh, it's Sam. Oh, it's because he has all this experience and all. Of course he did it, right? That's their limiting beliefs. That's going to stop them from making that. So I usually recommend people like now I know you. Now I know that you're doing this challenge, right? Now I can refer people to you. Anybody that's under 1,000, I can just refer them to you and say,
Brilliant.
look, go to Diane. She's doing this awesome 30-day challenge that I recommend to every beginner, right? Because then they can make their first 1,000. That's big. Because if they can make 1,000, they start believing themselves. Wow, you know what? What if I can make 2,000? What if I can make 3,000? And that's the main question. What if I can make 10,000? And then one day, like right now, my goal, I'm be honest, my goal is to make 30. I want to double what I did. What if I can do
30,000?
Right?
And then you can get 10 grand a month and then you've made it.
It's a game. It's a game. What if I can do $50,000 a month? What if I can do $65,000?
Yeah.
You just keep going into your board. Look, guys, at the end of the day, I'll be honest, I have a hard time spending $10,000 a month. I'm not a big spender, right? So pretty much the only reason I keep going up is just because I want to see how far I can push it. I want to see how much more people I can help, right? I want to keep pushing myself because I'm still young. It's boring to retire early. Why would you retire? Look, you can only go to the beach. You can go outside and hang out at the beach for only so long before you're bored out of your mind, right?
I love learning and I love mentoring people now. I love like showing people things.
Yep. It's fun.
People come to me for the answers and I just go whiz them back an answer. I love it. I do.
It's fun, right? The industry is fun. I think marketing is fun. Like if those of you that are watching, if you're not having fun in the industry, you have to fix something. There's something that's wrong. There's a quirk in there that you haven't seen yet or you can't see yet because you need somebody to tell you that's there, right? Because this industry, honestly, it's supposed to be fun. You're learning every day. You're helping people every day. You're learning how to become a better communicator, right? Marketing is the perfect career to learn how to communicate with other people better. You're learning how to listen more. You're learning skills that companies will pay you a lot of money for, right? Like let's say my friend, the executive that I just consulted, right? I guarantee you his company's probably going to hire me to speak to their people. That's cool, right? I get to help their whole company. I get compensated for it. That's the industry, right? You help people, you get compensated for it. So it's really cool. Now you know everything, Dad. Now you know my whole story. How awesome is that? I love that. Now I know more about you. Now I actually feel good about, referring people to you. Now I actually know you.
Cool. I wasn't doing it for that. I was just doing it just because I love meeting people.
I know, but now I know. Now I know what you're doing. Now I know that you're a good person. More than anything, I know that you have a good heart, right? And I refer.
Oh, thank you.
Good heart. So.
Oh wow. I've started a new YouTube channel as well the other week. There was I didn't win the competition this time. The first one's 250 views. I was going to get $50 off the lovely Liam. And I'd only got 151 and the other one I got 250. I might have just Millionaire Mom, go over to YouTube and have a look at. I've got about 4 videos.
I saw yesterday. I actually saw yesterday when you sent me the link.
Which one did you watch?
I saw the autoresponder one, and I saw the most recent one. I forgot the most recent. I think it was the 30-day challenge one that I saw.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
be honest. The autoresponder one will kick off a lot. If on Facebook, I want to leave you with some big value. I want to leave you with something that's gonna literally like at least get you
blow our minds.
Yeah. So this is what you want to do, especially when it comes to Facebook. The best thing you can do, look, there's thousands of opportunities on Facebook. The best thing you can do is get a tool and promote a tool that helps those people with their business. So let's say the autoresponder. A lot of people, they're paying a lot for autoresponders, right? Yeah. What you can do, so you're going to run a campaign for 3 days, right? The first day number 1, you're going to do teaser copy. You're going to write a teaser post about that you found something that can replace Aweber, GetResponse, all these other autoresponders. That's very low cost. And that lets you, collect unlimited leads and like any of the other features it has. You're gonna write a teaser copy. Now, guys, I'm about to actually run a campaign on this. Who wants information on it? Before I start revealing it to the masses. That's teaser copy. Another form of teaser copy is a teaser video, right? Hey guys, I just found, it's the same thing. It's the same thing, but on video. Hey guys, I just
I
found
haven't
something
tried that
super
one.
cool, right? Yeah, super cool that, you know, it's been replacing, you know, GetResponse Aweber. Now make sure, here's a pro tip. Before you promote something, use it. Use it yourself so that way.
I do use it.
Yeah, so that way when they actually get an email from you, they know that it's using the software. You can even say, I would even say that on the first email, right? The moment they register, they opt in. Hey, what's up? You know, thank you so much for giving me your information. I actually just sent you this email from this autoresponder. How cool is it? Right? Well, I'm going to be sending you over this autoresponder, you know, in the next email. So make sure to be on the lookout for that. And boom, you have a lead right there. They're going to keep checking your email. So that's day one. Day one is always going to be teaser, right? Day two, you're going to be doing, you're going to be talking about, like, what I usually do is I tell stories about the software, right? I tell stories of how I used to use all these old, you know, I used to use Aweber, right? And Aweber, look, it's really good. It's good for beginners as well. But the thing is, once you start becoming seasoned in marketing, you have an email list of thousands of people, your price can go all the way up to $200+
Correct.
per month, right? And the thing is that it literally becomes like a car bill for you, right? And I start explaining that. I start speaking on the pain. Literally from day number 2 to day number 3, it's all about speaking about the pain. It's all pain. I'm putting salt on the pain. I'm putting salt on the pain of collecting leads. I'm putting salt on the pain of it's expensive. I'm putting salt on the pain that, you know, all these other companies, it's harder to learn that this is a super easy thing to learn, right? Pain, 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 then a solution. But you know what, guys? I found a solution to this. Well, what if, you know, would you be interested if I were to tell you that I found an autoresponder that's very easy to set up, that is only a one-time low cost, that helps you collect unlimited leads so you never have to pay monthly again? Would you be excited if I were to tell you that I found something like that? Hell yeah, I would, right? Day number 3, you give them the solution. Sometimes I would even give them the solution on day number 2 and day number 3. I would always speak on the pain, solution, speak on the pain, solution. Keep it going like that. If I created a review on YouTube, hey guys, I just did a review on YouTube that I think you would really like. I talked about X, Y, and Z, right? Then for the next couple days, as my YouTube video is ranking on Facebook, every single day I'm talking about the pain. I'm talking about the pain. And I'm leading people from opt-in page to review video, from opt-in page with a review, opt-in page to a thank you page that has the review video.
Yeah.
And then to the affiliate link to whatever it is that they're buying from me, right? That's, guys, now that formula right there, my mentor taught me that formula. I've held webinars with over 200 people. I've held webinars that, you know, that have made 5 figures, right? And it's just following that formula. Day number 1 is always going to be about teasing, getting interest, because if there's no interest for it, there's no point of wasting your time in running a campaign. Just because you like something doesn't mean the market does. It doesn't matter what you like. It matters what does the market want? What do people need right now? So that's the whole point of day 1. You're gauging out interest. You're teasing. You're gauging out interest. Are there people that actually care about this problem? Are they having this problem? If yes, day number 2, you start talking about the problem. Put it all to surface. Talk about the problem. Day number 3, talk about the solution to the problem. And that's it. If you keep running it like that, you can do webinars. You can launch anything. This is how all the big guys do it, right? This is literally right? For anything.
It's from the top, guys.
It's from email. You can do this on your emails. Day 1 of your emails, teaser. Day 2, talk about the pain, talk about your story. Day 3, present a solution. Same thing. The only there's one little quirk I want to talk about at the end. You have to make sure that this is only for things that are like below $1,000. If you're promoting something that's thousands of dollars, then the preferred campaign length is 7 days. It has to be around 7 days, because if it's not, then if it's too short, then people don't have enough information to make such a big decision. But if you give them 7 days to really look over everything, hear about the story, hear about what you have, the solution, usually 7 days is a sweet spot that at the end of those 7 days, they'll have enough information to make a $5,000 decision with you, right? So that's my advice to you, Dan. I think if you start doing that on Facebook, it'll start getting you more views. You can start leading.
Thank you very much.
You know, to your YouTube.
Cool. So we've listened to Samuel Mojica Jr. and it was awesome. So thank you so much for your time, and it was brilliant to get to know you. We've got so law of attraction,
Amen.
I was going to go get my book, Ask and It Is Given, but I'm actually recording and it wasn't really professional. We've probably got the same books.
Yep, I actually have it in my closet. I have it in my little library.
It was so, thank you so much for your time, Sam. It was great to meet you. Bye-bye.